on that note, just the final question, your favourite ACDC album, please?
Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap.
John?
That's actually a bit hard to answer. But no, I've got it in my head. Hang on, I've got it in my head. I just bought it actually. I don't know why I bought it. I had a copy, but I wanted a CD. That's why I was in Sydney, and it's the Power Age. Yeah, I just think Power Age is amazing. But I mean, I love a lot of their stuff. You know, all the Bon Scott stuff. But you know, I know Brian Johnson too, and I think he's great. And Back in Black's obviously an amazing album, but I got a bit of a special place in my heart for all the Bon Scott stuff. You know, we did a lot of gigs.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, we did so many gigs with them, and you know, we were in the studio often when they were playing. And
well, ACDC introduced the Angels to Albert's.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, we did 3 gigs in 1975 in Whyalla. Sorry, it started off in Port Pirie, Whyalla, and Port Augusta as support to ACDC, and we just hit it off. And Angus and Malcolm came up to me and Rick and Doc, I think it was, one day, and just said we'd like to go back to Sydney and tell Harry and George about you. So, and we said, well, yeah, great, you know.
Knock yourselves out.
And they did, and you know, we went over there one time. We were playing at Checkers on a Monday night, I think it was, and the entrance was a staircase coming down there, and there was Angus, Malcolm, Bon, Harry Vander, George Young walking down the stairs, and we went, oh wow. Had a quick chat to them in the office, Casey's office. Do you remember Casey? He used to run Checkers in Goulburn Street. It was quite a famous venue. Anyway, we went into Albert's the next day and just sang our songs to George and Harry, and just with acoustic guitar. I wanted to see what sort of songs we had, and we had a few good songs then, and we were signed within about 2 weeks, I think.
So how did you feel auditioning? Did you feel the pressure?
Oh yeah, I suppose, you know, but back in those days, I think we just, had tunnel vision. We were going for it, and so we were fairly confident, even though we weren't that good. We got good, and we got good by having wonderful influences around us, including ACDC. I mean, we kept an eye on what they were doing, And I mean, I can remember wonderful times when we'd be out, somewhere in the country and staying in hotels and, sitting in a hotel room with a couple of guitars. And I did it a number of times with Malcolm Young and I think Rick with Angus as well.
Have you got a Bon Scott story?
I remember sitting in that very first time I've got 2 stories actually. The first time that we met them, the third gig that was Port Augusta, and they had this bus that they used to travel in. It was like an old Pioneer, one of those like round, snub-nosed sort of bus. They're very cool, and the back end of the bus was full of their gear, and the front end, as they used to travel in that. And I was just sitting in there with Bon, and it was a beautiful night. There was a moon outside, just sitting in the bus talking to him, and he just outlined what they were going to do, and he just said to me, and not in a bragging way, he just said, we're going to go overseas and we're going to be one of the biggest bands in the world. And I said, I said, yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you, because they just blew me away. I just thought they were amazing. And then he said to me, and you know why, don't you, John? And I said, well, you tell me. And he said, well, because we got Angus. And I went, well, yeah, but don't sell yourself short. Yeah. They got you too. And, virtually everything he said that was going to happen to ACDC did. Yeah. They went overseas fairly 76, I think, maybe the end of 76. We bought all their amps. Okay. And I bought a guitar from Malcolm. We had great times, we were in there when they recorded Let There Be Rock. So we saw that go down. That was amazing. A few other things, we'd swap instruments a bit sometimes. And the other Bon Scott story that sticks in my memory is when they were staying in Adelaide in that funny hotel that's in O'Connell Street that's changed its name about 35 times over the years. And I don't know how it ever got built, it just looks so wrong.
The Sleazy Dive Hotel.
Yeah, it's shit. And ACDC was staying in there. I think we were too. And Bond just went he said, I'm going to go for a walk. And I went with him. And he was like the Pied Piper. We were walking through the parklands, and people just sort of came along and just walked. They weren't hassling him, they just kind of, it was like a magnet, people just came. He was a true star, he really was.